ISIS is actively planning attacks in Canada. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. I have some breaking news to share with you today. Yesterday, RCMP INSET, the Integrated National Security Enforcement Team that investigates national security threats, issued a press release and subsequent news conference announcing that they had arrested 2 individuals in Toronto who were planning a terrorist attack.
On July 28, 2024, GTNSET arrested a father and son at a hotel in Richmond Hill who were in the advanced stages of planning a serious violent attack in Toronto.
And it is believed that these 2 are associated to ISIS. Canada is not immune to terrorism. We have seen terrorist acts on Canadian soil in my time, dating all the way back to the Squamish 5, and then there was the FLQ before that, but also in Ontario and in Edmonton in recent years. But we've also had a nexus to international terrorism. We've had Canadians go abroad and commit terrorist acts, and there is a Canadian connection to the terrorists who got into the United States and ended up committing the horrific acts on 9/11, 2001. For this particular incident, there is a publication ban, so the RCMP aren't releasing much, but they did issue this press release. This is a news release from the Newmarket Detachment of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. Father and son arrested for terrorism, and this was dated July 31st, 2024. And that is the date that I'm recording this. RCMP, federal police, have arrested a father and son on several terrorism-related charges after receiving Attorney General consent to commence proceedings under Section 83 of the Criminal Code. Threats to Canada's national security are top investigational priority for the RCMP. This past weekend, GTA INSET arrested a father and son at a hotel in Richmond Hill who were in the advanced stages of planning a serious, violent attack in Toronto. The RCMP are alleging that the accused knowingly facilitated terrorist activities in the Greater Toronto Area. There is no evidence to suggest that there is any remaining risk to the public. Amen Eldibi, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, 62, and Mostafa Eldibi, 26, have each been charged with the following: participating in the activities of a terrorist group contrary to Section 83.18 of the Criminal Code, facilitating terrorist activities contrary to Section 83.19 of the Criminal Code. 1 each, possession of a weapon for a dangerous purpose contrary to Section 83.2 of the Criminal Code. Conspiracy to commit murder contrary to Section 83.27 of the Criminal Code. In addition, Ahmed Adibi faces an additional charge for aggravated assault contrary to Section 83.2 of the Criminal Code. There is currently a Section 517 publication ban in place. A Section 517 publication ban prohibits the publication of any information, evidence, or representations made at or in anticipation of a bail hearing, any bail conditions, reasons of the bail court, and any evidence or materials relied upon at the bail hearing are prohibited from disclosure. Court for both Mostafa and Ahmed has been scheduled for August 1st, 2024 at 9 a.m. and it will be a virtual hearing, so it will be done via a computer link. The RCMP have not released the target of the attack, but considering the choice of weapons, I think it is safe to assume that it wasn't a place, so they weren't planning on blowing up a building or anything, but they were instead planning on attacking individuals on the street in a very violent and personal way. In other words, they were going hands-on. You may recall that a few days ago, a 17-year-old attacked several children at a summer dance camp in Southport, England, just north of Liverpool. 3 young girls eventually succumbed to their injuries, and I think around 8 others were seriously wounded. As a result, countrywide protests were sparked, which have seen several arrests. These protests seem to be focused around mosques. The suspect in that attack was born in England. His family, however, came from Rwanda, I believe. I'll link a BBC News report in the description below. These, of course, are shocking events, but they are not completely unexpected. Over the past year, ever since the Hamas attack in Israel, where over 1,200 people were killed, and the subsequent war, there have been numerous protests all over the world and in Canada, where the protesters weren't protesting the attack in Israel, they were protesting Israel's response. They were calling for revolution, and the rhetoric they were using, I would say, was violent and anti-Semitic in nature. I believe our government's response to that has been inadequate, and as a result, I feel that people have been emboldened by that lack of response. You might recall about a month or a month and a half ago, I released a video regarding synagogue attacks. And I said that if something wasn't done, these incidents would just escalate. And I think they have. Our government is more concerned about regulating our free speech on the internet, but yet clear violations of hate speech are occurring on our streets, right in front of them, and they're doing nothing. Well, I'm happy that RCMP Inset intercepted and thwarted this attack. This will soon be lost in the news cycle, and then Justin Trudeau can keep on ignoring what's happening in our country. As of my recording this, he may have come out since, but as of my recording this, he hasn't even responded to this incident. Pierre Poilievre, however, has released a response. We need to keep the pressure on the government to actually do something, to stop this violent rhetoric by the far left and these pro-terror protest groups, because that's what they are. They are pro-terror protest groups. They shouldn't be allowed in Canada. They shouldn't be allowed in any civilized nation. But that's just my opinion. I'd love to know what you have to say. Put your comments below. And while you're at it, please like this video, share with friends and on social media. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Oh, and if you're interested in American politics, I do have another channel, Cavalryman USA. There is a link in the description. Please head to that channel, watch those videos, and subscribe there as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.